Hey everybody, and welcome to Disney's Return of the Headless Horseman game. Today I'm going to be doing a two-player run-through here. So we have player 1 here, player 2 here, because my name's Richard, my wife's name is Jen. That's been done before, so I just go player 1, player 2. We have Ichabod here at the Van Tassel farm, and the Headless Horseman ready to make his arrival known. We have our deck of cards sitting here, our draw deck. We have our scare tiles, and over there we have the speed tile. So that lets us know that when we have a orange question mark, the Headless Horseman will be moving 1-2 spaces. What does even that all mean? I'll get there when we get there, of course. And we, of course, have our nice tree spinner over there. So how do we start? So this is a simultaneous play game. So everybody at the same time is going to choose one of the cards from their hand. So I can't do that simultaneously myself. I'm just one person. So instead, I'm just going to go back and forth even though it's simultaneous. So everyone simultaneously chooses a card. So I have a 2, 1, 6, 5. That's all right with me. So what card do I want to lay down? Well, we have our tree tiles, our scare tiles, and our shortcut tiles. If Ichabod were to land on a tree tile, you spin the tree and move Ichabod that amount of spaces. That could be okay, gets you further away from the Headless Horseman. It might not work out for you because you could land on a scare tile, which there's only 8 in the game, and you can see there are a lot of scare tiles. So you may not want to do that. So there is also the secret paths. The secret paths are nice. It's a shortcut. You land on it, and boom, you're on the other side. You know, snakes and ladders. You're on the other side. You're further ahead from the Headless Horseman who keeps trying to get you. So what do you want to do? Well, of course, you want the secret paths. And the tree is kind of a gamble, because what if you spin the tree and it rolls a 2 or a 3, right? So that's your gamble, or you can go ahead and say, let's just stay safe and put a card down for a blank space. So here's hoping that that ends up working out. So that's going to be for player 1, player 2, thinking kind of the same thing. So the problem, oh, we even have a 2. Okay, so we'll do this nice. So we'll have a nice first turn. So I'll just set those there. Okay, so we'll have a nice first turn. Okay, so now, let's have a nice first turn. Neither player knows what we put down, so let's now flip over. Oh, they're both 2s. Isn't that lovely? So what does that mean? Because they match, our Ichabod moves 2 spaces. So lovely. Ichabod has moved 2 spaces. If they didn't match, we would have to put 2 more cards down, and so forth until you get cards that do match. Oh, is that all? No, because once Ichabod moves, and he's on a blank space right now, so nothing's going to happen. Now the Headless Horseman moves. How do you know how many spaces the Headless Horseman moves? Well, at the bottom of each card has a Headless Horseman move amount, and you add them all together. So Ichabod is gonna probably be scared a lot throughout this game. So we got 1, 2, 3. So we still have a nice space, but he is catching up now. So that's the end of the turn. That's the end of the turn. So we gather these up and we put these in the discard. I'll just put the discard on the other side of this deck here. And once players have one card, they yell Ichabod, and we'll grab the amount of cards from the draw pile. So now we move on to the next turn. So we can potentially gamble on a tree or 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is nice. 6 is better. But is player 2 thinking the same thing? Slash, do they even have a card that has a 6? Well, I figure it's worth risking because the Headless Horseman, this doesn't increase Headless Horseman movement. So let's try that. Player 2 does not have a 6. So player 2 is thinking I can go 1 or 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So player 2 is thinking, okay, 5 is a blank, so that's a good risk. And he moves 1 space. So, I did that wrong. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. So let's try that. So now, and at the same time, reveal. Oh no, a 6 and a 5. Oh, that's too bad. Now what? Well, now we have to draw another card. So player 1 says, okay, well, we have a 5, and 5 is a good. 5 is a good. So let's put a second card, and we for sure will be moving 5 unless, no, we would for sure will be moving 5. Because what ends up happening is cards that are less, sorry, if there's 2 matching pairs, let's say I put out the 5 and player 2 puts out a 6. Now we have a matching 5s and matching 5s and matching 6s. The players only move the lowest of the matching pairs if there is more than one matching pair. So in this case, even if player 2 did put out a 6, we would move the 5. So that's going to be what player 1 puts down. And at this point, player 2 is just thinking, I just want the Headless Horseman to move the least amount of spaces, but there is no choice as to what that is. Okay, so in the future, that's no good. In the future, what if we do move the 5? You know what? There's a lot of scares over there, so I'm going to put the 3 down. Okay. So, and flip. Oh, yes. And indeed, we do get 2 5s. So these 5s match. So now that we have a matching set of 5s, now we move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, safe. That happened to work out nice this time. But the Headless Horseman now moves. He moves 1, 2, 3. Okay, not bad, not bad. So Headless Horseman, 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of that round. Okay, very nice. So, but now each player only has a 1 card. So player 1 is going to say Ichabod, and player 1 is going to spin the tree. That lands on 1, so player 1 only gets 1 more card. Player 2 also must yell Ichabod, so he's going to, that doesn't count. Spin! Oh, seriously. There, that's a good spin. And it lands on 3 is where the main arrow part of it. So 1, 2, 3. So player 2 gets a lot more choices during this turn. So now, if we can get him moving 1, that's fine. For a possibility, 2, if we had to, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is the very best bet. 5 is great because it goes 1 to 6. Is the next best. Actually, you end up on the same space. So 1 and 5 are both excellent. Otherwise, our last desperate is 1, 2. So let's see if we're able to. Oh, we are able to put a 1 down. So player 2, of course, wanting the same thing. Wouldn't that be nice to play only a 1 and get a shortcut? Oh, I even have 2 1s. I'm absolutely playing a 1 because a 4 and a 3, 2, 3 and a 4, I'm absolutely not playing that. Okay, so player 2, hoping, please, 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 please. Yes, yes. Okay, so we can move 1 space, but in this case, 1 space, you automatically take the shortcut. Nice. But now the Headless Horseman moves. He moves 2, and orange question mark, we're moving 2 spaces this game. So alternatively to the 2, it would be on the other side, and it would be a 4. So for a more of a challenge, you spin it 4, or you move him 4 for each one of these. So anyways, 2 plus for this game, 2 equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's getting closer. Okay, nice. Okay, that was a nice round. That was a nice round. So player 1 needs to say Ichabod, and player 2 still has So player one's just going to oh, come on. See, that spins really nice, so you just got to make sure. Oh, wow, that arrow is the most fractionally little bit on 3. The tiniest bit on 3. Okay, so now, what do we want? We would love, both of us would love to get a 2. Oh, and player 1 is even able to play a 2. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 5. Oh, oh, and that just gets us further faster. Mm. Oh, and they both have 2. Okay, let's go further faster. Let's go further faster. Let's hope that we go further faster, because the Headless Horseman is moving 2 no matter what. So let's see if we can get. Oh, let's see if we can get further faster. Okay, so player 2 has 1. We don't want to be flipping over scare tokens. Once the 4th pumpkin token is flipped over, we lose. So we want to stay away from the scare tokens. So we have 1, 2, 3, which is an excellent choice for us, or 4. So 3 is the best bet in this case. So let's flip it over. Hooah! Ah, they don't match. Okay. So back to player 1, who does not have a 4, 2, or does not have a 3. Does not have a 3. Okay. So what's the next best thing that player 1 thinks that Ichabod could do? Is the 2. Well, of course. So now, here's hoping. Okay. So what's player 1 thinking? 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way, we're getting a scare token. Okay, if we have to get a scare token, let's get further before. Let's not hit the 1. Let's hit the 4. So we don't have the chance to hit this one and this one. We only can hit 1. So let's go with the 4. Okay, so flip. Oh no. 2, 3, 4, 5. Player 1 has 1 card left in his hand, so he must spin. So Ichabod, and let's see if I can get a good spin. That's not a good spin. Why am I? That'll do. Okay, so it's clearly on 4. Ooh. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and so player 1 still wants to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which he's not able to do. But the next best is 2, and there is a 2. Okay, so now player 1, 2, 3, 4. So now player 2 is saying, okay, I know player 1 is hoping to get a 2 or a 5, and he just drew 4 cards, and out of 5 cards total, surely they have something, and you go with what is the lowest. If I play this 6 down, it will for sure be the highest. So, okay. So hopefully player 1 was able to play something that gets us where we want to go. 2. Oh, this one has a 2. Okay, that's not the end of the world. So the lowest matching is 2. So 1, 2, and we do this shortcut. That would have been nice to be able to do, but we completely bypass it. What can you do? We only did what we could do. However, the Headless Horseman moves 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Wow, 12 spaces. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, the Headless Horseman just did a lot of catching up. And yes, when the Headless Horseman lands on a special space, he does not do the special move. You can see that he has advantage enough. So no need to give him more advantage. So we are going to discard this and begin the next turn. So player 1 has 4 cards. Player 2 is saying Ichabod. So let's spin this. Nice. That's a nice spin. And that's nice. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what are we going to do? Let's go with player 1 first. Well, let's keep seeing if we can take shortcuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have a 4? We do not. We have a 1 and a 3. Okay, I'm not doing a 1. I'm not flipping over a scare token, but we do have a 3. Okay, so we're going to play that down, and hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4 is definitely what player 2. It's easily going to be a 4. Okay, so flip over. 3 and 4. No, those don't match at all. So player 1 needs to go again. But we do have a second 3. So we are going to make sure that we match. And we have a second 4. So we are going to play that, and that'll make sure that we match. So flip. 2 3s and 2 4s. So like I had said, it is the lowest matching that we actually do move. So sorry, that would have been nice. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And the Headless Horseman moves 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always catching up. Maybe next turn he'll get us. But let's see that happen when it happens. So player 1 only has a card and is very happy that it's this card. So that's what we're going to flip. Player 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets us to the other side there. So it's either flip a scare token or get us to the other side of the bridge. So we are going to get to the other side of the bridge. That is what our hope is. 1 and 6. Jankies. That's not happening. And player 1 needs to say Ichabod. So let's spin. That'll do. 2. Take 2 cards. So player 1 is going to, absolutely stick to his guns. That gets us 1. That gets us across the bridge. Nice. And player 2 is going to say, oh, I'm definitely keeping to my guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That gets us to the other side of the bridge. So nice. Okay, and flip over. 1s and 6s. Of course, we move the 1, which moves us a total of 6 spaces altogether when we take the shortcut. I love it when a plan comes together. So there we go for that. Now, sorry. I forgot to move the Headless Horseman. So the top 4 cards equaled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 altogether. So the Headless Horseman moves, of course, 5 spaces. We are doing okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In terms of staying ahead of the Headless Horseman, perhaps I spoke too soon. Let's end up player 2 needs to get more cards. So Ichabod, and we get a 3. 1, 2, 3 more cards for player 2, player 1. Okay, so we have a 4 and a 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is the scare token. That's not happening. So let's stay safe on a nice 4. And player 2, 1, tree, too much of a risk. 2 is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And 5 gets us to that scare token. Let's not do that. So let's go as far as we can. Hopefully that works out. Let's go as far as we can. And flip over. Hey, nice. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And altogether we got 2, 3. So we go as 1, 2, 3. And not doing any of this special space stuff. Okay, that was a nice turn. So player 1 needs to say Ichabod. And let's do a nice there's a nice spin. And 2. Oh, and indeed, those are the last 2. So once someone else needs new cards, we're just going to shuffle this discard pile. Until then, let's see what we got. Oh, all we need is the minimum amount of points to get to that tree. So we just need 1, 2. 2 to get to that tree. So I'm just going to play my smallest card. And yeah. So 1, 2. So we just need 2. So we just need 2 spaces to get to that tree. So flip. That did not happen. Player 1. Well, I'm going to keep doing what I was doing. So that's going to be my next card. And my next card that'll get us not the scare token immediately in front of us is a 5. So here's hoping. And flip. Oh, 5. Nice. Okay, so Although we only move 2 spaces, we use the 5s to do so. So 1, 2, movement ends. And now, oh no, we hit the tree. So we get to do a nice hurrah! And wherever it stops, that's the bridge that we get off on. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 green bridges, and this landed on the bridge right in front. So we got maximum movement. So that is lovely. So we are, I don't know if that's blocking, so I'll just do that. So we are way up there now. Isn't that nice? So Headless Horseman moves 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He hasn't even hit the fork in the road yet. We're doing really good. I feel okay actually saying that out loud now. Okay, so that is the deck. Oh, man, I am impressed with how well we are doing. Because it's potentially easier to if you have two numbers that don't match up and you can only play what you can play, it's easy to get a scare token, but we haven't done that yet. So yeah, player 1 and player 2 seem to be really in sync about what they want to do for some reason. Like it's amazing watching these two play together. They're just this powerhouse of a cooperative team who just somehow play together really, really well. So both players need to say Ichabod. I'll start with player 1, and player 1 stops at 4. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and player 2 will stop at 2 more cards. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. So the headless or Ichabod is behind that tree there. So we got 1, 2 is good. 3, 4, 5. 2 and 5. Oh, that's a shortcut. That's a shortcut there. So 2, 4, 5. 4 is actually the best. So if we have a 4, yeah, I'm playing a 4. Ooh, I have a 4. Ooh, and even if player 2 doesn't have a 4, we are going to 4. Okay, so player 2 does not have a 4. Player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Okay. So what? Ooh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this to keep, because it is the lower number that you move. So even if we have, even if it ends up matching 6s, at least we got further, right? At least we would have gotten further. So that's what I'm thinking. So, and hooah, 4 and 6. No, those do not match. So we got to go again. And I am going to make sure we hit that 4. And player 2 is only able to play 1, so you can only do what you can do. However, next turn, he's able to grab some cards. So if this doesn't work out, player 2 will have more options. So flip. Oh, those 4 matches. Ooh, 4s. Lovely. Isn't that lovely? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we get to take a shortcut again. Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and the headless horseman must take the purple path. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're doing magnificent. So that goes in discard, and now player 2 is saying Ichabod and needs to spin. And gets 4 cards even. Wow, 2, 3, 4. Wow, 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 wow. So player 1 will just, okay, so we have a 3 and a 6. So 1, 2, 3 takes us to a blank. 4, 5, 6 takes us to a tree. So let's go 1, 2, 3, and let's make sure that we actually hit that. So player 2, okay. So 1, 2, oh, we have a 2. 2 takes us to that shortcut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 does not take us to the next shortcut. So 2 takes us to this shortcut. So yeah, of course I want to take a shortcut. And that would have been nice had you had that shortcut card. I had it too, so we could take the shortcut. Whatever. Let's see what we got next. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that we get to nice blank space. So draw 1, that takes us to the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to a scare card, and 5 takes us to a blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does take us to that blank right there. So let's be safe. Let's get to a blank. And oh, the 3s match. So we will be moving 3 spaces to a nice blank. 1, 2, 3. So now we have the Headless Horseman moving 2, 4, 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is that round done, that turn done. So now player 1 needs to say Ichabod and spin. And it lands on 2. We get 1, 2 more cards. So player 1 needs, okay, so we only have 5s and 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6 is a scare, so we are absolutely going to 5. Oh, we even have 2, so yeah, so we can get to 5. And, ooh, so we have 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we want to get to 4. We want to get to that shortcut. So let's hope that player 1 is taking us to that shortcut as well. 5 and 4. That is not happening. Okay, so we need to go again. So, well, I'm going to make sure we get to that 5. And player 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, player 2 wants to make sure we get to that 5. So let's, well, that definitely all matches up. So let's move 5 to the blank space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And the Headless Horseman moves 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Both players need to say Ichabod. So player 1 will spin first. Gets 2 cards, 1, 2. And player 2 also needs to spin. And gets 1 card. 1. Okay. Clear this up. Then get your cards, and now we continue on. Anyways. So. Okay, so we have 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6 take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 takes us to that blank space there, and I'm even able to take us there myself. So if player 1, what does player 2 have? 1, 2. Okay, so player 2 sees a blank space at 2 spaces, so we're going to play that 2 down. And flip. 6 and 2. Nope. All right, so player 1. Oh, I'm taking us to that 6. Unless you're taking us to that 2, then I won't even be mad, because that's also a blank space. So player 2 needs to say Ichabod, because he only has 1 card. Ooh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now, what do we got? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Actually, 2 is a guarantee. You know what? Let's make sure that we're actually going to get there. So let's put a 2 down. And, 2 and 6. We could have went 6. How am I supposed to know what you're putting down? We can't talk to each other. So Ichabod only moves 1, 2 spaces. And the Headless Horseman moves 2, 4, 6. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Okay, so that's... And player 1 needs to say Ichabod. Let's get some more cards. Oof. I have to take a real good look at that. No, that's perfect. So, oh, come on, for real. That's a 1. Player 1 gets 1 more card. So, what do we got? 3 and 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so either way, we're hitting a scare token. So what we're going to do is get as far as we can. And player 2 has 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So 4, yeah, we'll hit that 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And flip over. Ah, okay. You can only play what you can play. So player 1 needs to say Ichabod. That'll do. And that's on the side of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we have, ooh, our 6. So we don't have a 5 or a 4, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go as far as we can. And player 2 is saying, I'm able to take us to 4. So flip over. Ooh, so yes, okay, so we get to 4. That'll do. It's no 6, but 4 is still nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the Headless Horseman moves 2, 4, 6, 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Ichabod has a real good horse. Getting out of there. Getting out of there. So we have 2, 3, 6. 2. Well, 2 just takes us to the next space, but if we can get all the way to 6, right? What are you thinking? Well, this is the farthest I'm able to go. So, okay, and flip over. 6 and 3. No, that's not going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we're going to 3, we're going to 3. And need to say Ichabod. Three cards. 1, 2, 3 cards for player 2. And they are, ooh, 3. Okay. Okay, so let's flip over. Yeah, we're definitely hitting 3. And that is fine. 1, 2, 3. So we finally hit a scare token. Scare token is, flip this over, just a regular old red herring sounds. It is not one of the pumpkin head tokens. So once 4 pumpkin tokens, flaming pumpkin tokens are revealed, we lose. So that's why you do not want a headless, that's why you don't want a pumpkin token. So we moved our 3, and now 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, are we going to be overtaken with the Headless Horseman? Because if we do, we would have to flip over another tile. Once we hit the drawbridge, it doesn't matter. We just stop there. And if the Headless Horseman is able to catch up to us, we still have to flip over a scare token. And that is not good if you have a bunch of scare tokens flipped over, but we're doing so excellently that I think we're gonna be okay. And by that, I in fact guarantee it. So, sorry, player 1 needs to say, oh, let's clear this up. Now player 1 needs to say Ichabod. That's 1. So, 1 card. It literally doesn't matter. And I only have 2s anyways. And I only have 1s. So flip that over, 2 and 1. All right, player 1 needs to say Ichabod. Draw 1 card. There's only 1 card left. All right. Well, we only need to move what we need to move. So let's move the least amount. I for sure can guarantee we'll move 1 space. So wait. Yeah, the Headless Horseman moves 2 either way. So player 1, what can you do? It's going to move 2 either way. And flip over. Okay. So we do have matching 1s. So that just takes us to the bridge anyways. That's where you would have to stop. Even if you had more than 1, you have to stop there anyways. The Headless Horseman moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And he does indeed catch up to Ichabod. This is the final scare token flip. And, oh, it's not even a pumpkin head. We didn't even undo, reveal 1 pumpkin head. So we won by a landslide. Excellent job, team. Good job, player 1. Good job, player 2. And we win the game. Thank you for joining me as I play Disney Return of the Headless Horseman game. And we'll see you next time. Have fun.